Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today, we're unpacking something truly fascinating. When we think about the open ocean, it's so easy to imagine this vast, totally lawless expanse, a place where the elements just rule and, well, anything goes. But the reality? It's actually entirely different. Out there on the deep blue, chaos is managed by a strict, intricately designed, and honestly, incredibly fascinating rulebook. So in today's explainer, we're going to visualize the foundational protocols that govern maritime incidents. We're breaking down exactly how order is maintained when the unpredictable happens at sea, and making it super easy to understand at first glance. So consider this for a second. On the open ocean, what exactly is the protocol when things go wrong? It's a pretty compelling thought, right? Instead of focusing on the tragedy or the dark and gloomy side of maritime accidents, we're going to pivot. We're looking at the brilliant, highly organized, bureaucratic safety net that instantly springs into action. Captains and maritime professionals, they don't just guess what to do when they face a crisis. They rely on a very specific, carefully tested legal playbook. We're going to walk through 3 core sections of this playbook today. Scenario 1, a collision. Okay, let's dive right into this first one. This scenario is governed by Section 159 of the Maritime Protocols, dealing with the immediate aftermath of a vessel collision. The logistics here are actually incredibly straightforward, but absolutely vital. Basically, the clock starts ticking the literal second a collision occurs, assuming, of course, it's practicable to do so. Step 1. The master of the vessel absolutely must ensure a statement of the occurrence and the specific circumstances under which it happened is entered directly into the official logbook. Now, this isn't just some casual diary entry. In maritime law, this logbook is the ultimate unblinking witness. It's the foundational legal record that investigators are going to rely on to piece together exactly what happened. And then we have step 2, ensuring the entry is properly signed. But here's the catch. It's not just a single signature that's required. Maritime law demands dual verification. On one side, you have the ultimate authority on the ship, the master. They have to sign the logbook. But the law dictates their signature must be accompanied by either the officer on watch at the time or one of the seafarers. Why set it up this way? Well, by requiring a second signature from someone else present on the vessel, the protocol instantly creates this brilliant system of immediate accountability and objective record-keeping. It completely prevents any single point of failure in reporting and ensures that no one person, not even the captain, can unilaterally dictate the narrative of a collision. It's a fascinating, built-in check and balance system operating hundreds, maybe thousands of miles from shore. Scenario 2, major accidents. Let's see how things change when the stakes get higher. Moving right along, this is covered under Section 160. Here, we're stepping into the playbook for major accidents involving Indian vessels or other applicable vessels covered by this chapter. When things get serious, the logistics and the reporting lines have to expand rapidly. The rulebook draws a very bright line with 4 distinct escalation triggers. First, any accident occasioning loss of life. Second, any serious injury to any person. Third, material damage, but specifically damage that affects the ship's seaworthiness or the efficiency of its hull. And finally, check out this fascinating 4th trigger. If the machinery is altered in any part so that it no longer corresponds with the particulars contained in the vessel's official certificates. Think about that for a second. Even if the ship is floating perfectly fine, if a minor accident forced a makeshift repair that makes the equipment mismatch the legal paperwork, boom, the escalation protocol is immediately triggered. It leaves zero gray area for the crew to guess if they need to call for help. And when one of those triggers is hit, a transmission must happen as soon as possible. The reporting structure is incredibly strict. The master, the ship owner, or the agent has to report directly to the director general or the nearest principal officer. And they can't just send some generic SOS out into the ether. They need to provide exact data points. They have to transmit the details of the accident or damage, the probable cause, the vessel's name, its official number, the port of registry, and crucially, the exact place where the vessel currently is. It's such a precise, brilliant checklist. In a high-stress emergency, this completely prevents a chaotic telephone game of bad information. It guarantees authorities have the exact data they need, the very moment they need it, to mount a proper response. Scenario 3, missing ships. Now, what is the playbook for when a ship goes missing? This brings us to Section 161, our third and literally most extreme scenario. It's an unlikely event for sure, but the Maritime Rulebook leaves absolutely nothing to chance. To really understand this protocol, we first have to look at the legal definition of a missing vessel, which the text rather clinically refers to as being wholly lost. This occurs when there is an apprehension by an owner or agent that an Indian vessel is totally lost. And notice the reasons given here. It could be owing to its non-appearance, meaning it simply hasn't arrived or checked in when it was supposed to, or it could be due to any other circumstance. What's truly amazing here is how that clinical language masks the reality of human panic. Even in the face of complete uncertainty and potential tragedy, the protocol maintains a very bright procedural structure. The system doesn't panic, it just initiates logic. That next logical step? Immediate written notification. As soon as may be, the owner or agent is legally required to send a written notice directly to the Director General. This notice has to detail the loss, the cause, the vessel's name, its official number if it happens to have one, and its port of registry. Even when a ship cannot be located and answers are just entirely absent, this strict paper trail ensures that the massive administrative gears of maritime response are continuously turning. It legally forces the issue right onto the desks of the highest authorities, ensuring that no vessel simply fades away without a formal inquiry and action. The ultimate lifeline. And this brilliantly illustrates our final takeaway for today's explainer. When you step back and look at sections 159, 160, and 161 all together, you realize they aren't just dry administrative rules. Ultimately, this entire thing is a massive bureaucratic safety net, transforming open ocean unpredictability into structured, reliable protocols. Whether it's a minor collision that requires a co-signed entry in a logbook, a major accident requiring immediate, precise data transmission to a principal officer, or the quiet disappearance of a vessel triggering written notices to the Director General, all of these dense reporting requirements act as a massive system of order. They create accountability, they organize emergency responses, and ultimately they form the absolute foundation of maritime rescue and safety. So, I want to leave you with this question to ponder as we wrap things up. How do these strict paper trails and reporting rules ultimately keep mariners safe on the unpredictable sea? It really makes you appreciate the invisible legal structure floating right alongside every single vessel out there. The ocean might be wild, but the captain's playbook ensures no one is ever truly navigating it alone. Thank you so much for joining me to visualize and unpack these fascinating maritime protocols. I hope this structure helps you see the open water in a whole new, much brighter light. Until next time, keep learning.